what to write about.
Karen, what do you see as your most defining moment in your life?
Ooh, that's the gorilla. Has it happened yet?
How about up until now?
Yeah, because the whole defining thing, I'm still maybe getting defined. I don't know. I'm sort of like a work in progress. There was a real pivotal point for me, and something that really changed everything after that. I was in a very, very painful marriage and had been for 20 years. And I had basically woke up one day and just said, you know what? God doesn't exist. It's really great that I grew up in this wonderful Christian family, and my parents are believers, and my grandparents, I don't know if any of you have heard of Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International, but my grandparents, Demas and Rose Shakarian, founded that ministry and went all over the world. And so it was like, isn't it great that I've been a chance to be a part of this subculture on this planet that believes in a God, and there are certainly benefits to that, but not that he actually exists. And I was just in a lot of pain. And I remember one night, it was like midnight, and I was in such pain over this marriage that was falling apart, and I went for a walk, and I just spent, it was 2 hours, and I just walked the streets around my neighborhood. I don't know who I was talking to, since I decided God didn't exist, but I was talking to up, whatever that was, and I was just saying, you know what? And I was just crying, and finally, at the end of that, I just stood there, and I was like, there was no sign, there were no angels, there was nothing, it was just me and this big starry sky and this person that didn't exist that I was just pouring my heart out to. And I finally just stood there and I just said, I believe. I believe. Not because there's angels, not because there's any writing in the sky, not because there's a tap on my shoulder. I'm going to believe in you because the alternative is too horrendous. I mean, the alternative is even more painful, that it's all accidental and coincidental, and there's no meaning to any of this. And even if that was true, I can't believe that. I can't choose to believe that. I'm going to choose to believe that you're real and that you are a personal God and that you love me. And that's my choice. And that was it. It was just a choice. And after that, it was like that God just really began to just show up in my life in amazing ways and just woo me back into a relationship, which I had growing up. I had in my adult life, but I went through just a dark time when I just said, you're not really, you don't even exist. But anyway, that was, and I think back on moments that were just, anyway.
Made you you.
Made